Uh, Abstract brainwaves, game genie in a beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And let's get into it. When we last left off, we did Pokemon Go Community Day for December 2020. So what are we going to do today? We're going to move straight from that into Jesse and James. I told you last go around that I was struggling to encounter them, period. So right here is some footage showcasing them take over for Professor Willow, as expected, and they have their little, conversation here. And they got a nice little forest background. I want to bring to attention, though, that one thing that I mentioned was, what if they change the background for Professor Willow? Well, this counts, technically, right? It should reflect the season where you are. That might be too much. Maybe they just do it based off America. I don't know. Maybe they just don't do it at all for that reason. But they did change the background. I'll show a picture of that either around this or later on. But that's what they've got here. Transfer 10 Pokemon. You had, it was multi-parted. There was part 1, which wasn't too bad. And then was part 2 that wasn't bad. It's part 3 that most people had trouble with, because that's where, well, we'll talk about it. So here's a screenshot here of the new loading screen. Finally got a winter theme going on here. And they'll probably, who knows, maybe they'll keep it like that until it's actually springtime. Who knows with Niantic. Photo bomb here in my bedroom. Here's Noibat and Jesse and James. It looks pretty cool. It's got an anime type look to it. I got some award here. Achieve a Pokemon catch, streak, or Pokestop spin streak of 7 days, 50 times. Okay. So there was that. We're going to skip from that right to Jesse and James talking again. And they're just telling me they couldn't believe I did it. And they call me a kid. Or what it is to be young. I just wish I could hear their voices. I can hear their voices in my head even though I'm just reading it. Go on and spend time with your buddy, James says. So here's the reward. It's a Diglett. And I saw briefly one of them is to play with your buddy 10 times or something like that. So fortunately, it doesn't make you wait like days in between. You can just keep, rubbing your thumb on the buddy, and each time counts that they're excited. So that was a relief there. I'm getting a lot of Stardust now that I don't need it. Now that I'm done with the whatever level it was that wanted that required that, I'm getting a lot more Stardust. It's crazy. So that clip is done there. Here's me in the car, and they're freaking out, I guess, because I'm driving. And there's a Cottony. So yeah, I did all 3 of those steps, whatever they were, for step 2. And then here they go again talking. And so glad the boss sent along someone useful to help us. They really think Giovanni sent me. They're still naive. What's your favorite thing about the boss? Do tell. I mean, I like his suit. He's got a snazzy suit, a snazzy dresser. Nobody told me anything, she says. Now, they do have a Team Go Rocket, or a Team Rocket. Well, it's Team Rocket, right? Team Go Rocket, same thing. It's just Niantic's way of saying, hey, it's a Go in there, so it's technically something we had part in. But you see they've got the anime style R and everything, so, they gave you that outfit free. How dare they try to charge you for something that they already gave you free, right? So defeat Jesse or James 4 times. Make 5 great curveball throws. Was also in there. And what else? I had one more thing there that I missed. But it's not important. It was easy to get out of the way. So we move from that to pretty much what you came to see, and that's the bulk of this video. This will be a short one. We'll talk the next coming event that I've got going on. But before we get into that, let's see what happens here. So the balloons did show up. For those of you who are still struggling, it's every 6 hours. So a rule of thumb is to, if you can't get up at 6 a.m., well, lunchtime, around then, maybe a few minutes before, maybe a few minutes after, you just need to be aware then. Fortunately, when it says 4 times, I read it wrong thinking, oh, it's going to be 8 battles because Jesse and James is 1, and then you have to do that 4 times. No, it's both of them, and then the next time you see them, that's all 4 times. So, easy peasy, catter peasy. I switched my buddy to one of my combatants, at least for James, just to get, the buddy now has 3 hearts, an opportunity for 3 hearts to build up in that. So I eventually did that, but you had an opportunity here to get a shiny pincer or a shiny scyther. I think Jesse had the scyther and James had the pincer. Could be backwards, let me know. But that's what you had an opportunity for, and I just really didn't waste any time with them. Can't stand Stantler. I didn't have the best Pokemon for these, team-wise. As you can see, I switched a couple of different times, or at least you'll see that. Jesse's not happy. But, this was all just to get them out of the way because it's not like they really put up a fight. They don't use shields, so, they're just pretty much grunt level. Some of you got that shiny scyther. I don't know how I feel about purifying it. I think I would just have left it as is, but, to each their own. Maybe you've got another one. It's just something about a shiny shadow Pokemon that's very, very rare. And up until, this recording, I didn't have any of them. I finally got one, and maybe I'll show that off sometime in the video. But if I don't and I forget, well, next video I'll tell you what it was or show you what it was. I'm sure I have that footage somewhere. So here I am healing up people. I don't know why Rhyperior got involved. He was probably in another battle, unrelated. And here it is again. I'm almost out of storage. So here's me changing to Noibat, a whopping 23 CP. So, you can't even really switch without, to protect him. He's already ready to go on. So here it is. Yes, James has the pincer. And I'm quickly trying to get him out of there. And I did here. But there was probably other times where that didn't work out. So pincer, he's going to do some damage to Latios. Not a whole lot compared to what Scyther was doing. And Scyther was why I needed that fire Pokemon in there. Reshiram did a good job, even though he was getting hurt too. But yeah, he did an okay job against Scyther. But they just can't hang. None of them can hang with, the quick attack. And they can't hang with Dragon Claw. So, fortunately for me, that's what we were choosing to do. Excuse me, that was my stomach, by the way. I can see future comments now. What was that? It's early in the morning. I knew I had to quickly put out this video. A lot of content out here, by the way. Smash Bros. Had an update. Musically, you had a new album come out 12 in the morning. If you know, then you know. I'll say that artist's name. It's a popular candy, sometimes with peanuts in it. But you know who his name is. He came out telling you what his name is. So, between that, Smash Bros., I played some Among Us, finally. And there will be some test footage that I recorded And I'll put that on the channel probably the next day. So stay tuned for that. I'll be playing more. So there went Jesse and James. They were defeated. So we're going to move from there to Tuesday. They did have a spotlight hour with all these Explorer Hat Pikachus. Nothing really interesting there. And then we're going to showcase this right here. This was me catching that aforementioned shiny Pokemon, shiny Shadow Pokemon. Yes, it's true. After years of looking for a shiny Growlithe, I finally got one, and now I got a shiny Shadow Growlithe. How cool is that? So we're going to go from there to what should have been the very end. Let's see here. Did it not show up all the way here? Maybe it did and I talked through all of it. No, it's definitely not there. I don't even know if it actually recorded. Jeez. There should have been some more footage showcasing me going up against Jesse and James and the aftermath of Jesse and James. Let's see if we have that somewhere. Okay, so here it is. I don't know why it's not showing it. I hatched what looks like a Baltoy from one of my eggs. Didn't even realize Baltoy was still appearing in eggs. But after that was done, we went down, and here's 3 or 4. My collection was full. So we cleared out a whole bunch. The gacha was, just doing its thing. Still kind of slow. Is yours slow? Have you upgraded to the gacha evolve? Maybe that's what I need to do at this point in time. Trade this in for the evolve and see if it's any better. So it was nice of them to get a Whimsicott. The theme was grass because, well, Celebi is a grass Pokemon, in the forest and what have you. And everybody is guaranteed a shiny, okay? So make sure AR capabilities are on, or you'll just be holding on to Celebi for a little bit. You could always log into somebody else's phone to be able to do that too, by the way. So just when you think it's over, nope, you get another Pokemon. You get Vibrava. A lot of rewards in this. You would think that, there would be another step with 3 different tasks to reward you yet another Pokemon. But no, I went from, hatching a Baltoy to taking on a Whimsicott to now a Vibrava. So the one thing that took me some time, in addition to just encountering Jesse and James, which once I did, it didn't take terribly too long. It was like, I got that first one out of the way. The second one was, maybe some hours later. It was actually hatching eggs. I had just hatched like 5 or 6 eggs, and only one of those counted towards the research. So I had to quickly hatch 2 more. Unfortunately, they were, very low kilometers, nothing crazy. But I'm slowly chipping away at these grunts, y'all. I know some of y'all have passed it already where I'm at, and that's cool. I just have to enjoy the game casually right now when it comes to that, because that's not a fun thing for me. So rather than, be sad or upset about it or angry, just, enjoy other elements of the game. That's what I'm going to do. And when I get to the next level, I get to the next level. but it's not going to be just off of battling these grunts. I still have to grind, and I'm hoping that what I have coming up this weekend will allow me to grind some. We'll see. If not for that event, the Kanto event should push me over the edge, depending on what kind of item boxes they put out in the store, or what kind of, prizes they give, items that they give along with that Kanto research. I think that should do it for me, but that's a ways away. I keep saying January. That's actually not till February. February is the anniversary. I need to buy that ticket before it gets too far into January, so that I could take advantage of January Community Day. So that does apply. January Community Day, whenever that is. I'm sure it's probably early on in the year, if not midway through the early on in the year. Yes, early on in the year, but midway through the month of January is what I was trying to say. So here we got this Magnemite. I think this Magnemite was actually good. We're going to see here. I cannot remember what the stats were, but I know I had one that was really good, and I ended up purifying it. And it was like a 15, 14, 15 or something crazy like that. Maybe it's this one. We'll see in a second. I'm pretty sure I praised it. Or maybe I just didn't hear for the sake of getting back to these guys. Can't believe we were defeated by a twerp like you, they say. And then they'd let you know, hey, behind you, isn't that a Celebi? And like, it was supposed to be ours. It's like, they're just so, they're clowns. So here we claim just more stuff. I'm just wanting to get through it at this point, but yet more Pokemon. And had I known they would have, saturated the rewards with Pokemon you can catch, man, I should have had a lucky egg on and just let the gacha farm stuff while I'm dealing with all this is what I should have done. But with my luck, it would have been on and said, oh, Pokemon storage full, you can't get Celebi. Not until you delete some stuff. Which is equally annoying, but it's what it is. One thing I would like is maybe a message saying you have, 5 Pokemon storage left. Something like that would be cool. And that should also be cool for adding into, when you do raids, letting you know, hey, you don't have any more room for Pokemon. Don't wait until the raid ends. Tell me beforehand. So here's Celebi. I'm in the parking lot. And I've always said, not just the Pokemon stuff as far as storage goes, but an indicator on the side letting you know if somebody's in a raid or not. That would be very helpful, Niantic, if you're watching. Let us know that. So I try to be discreet here because I'm sitting in my car. There's a Costco across the street, for those of you with the eagle eye. And I'm trying not to have people walk by. Now, just like all the other AR Pokemon, it was the same with Mew. It was the same with Celebi. It was the same with Jirachi as well. You were going to miss, or you were going to have the Pokemon break out the first 2 or 3 throws. That's just what it is. I believe it's 3 throws. Because this is the second one here. Oh, maybe that was 3 and I just was rambling and didn't pay attention. But there it is. There. So, you freak out a little bit like, oh, they got away. But, you end up getting them anyway, anyhow. So that's pretty much it. What I did want to talk about this weekend is the Galarian Mine research. It's $8. I was holding out, but I really lost track of time. This week went by so fast. I did not realize that, hey, this weekend is when it starts. If you want the Galarian Mine, somebody could probably trade it to me, but I could also trade it to other people who aren't going to do it. So I may end up doing that. I'm not sure. Let me know. Are you going to do it? Have you defeated Jesse and James yet? Hang in there if you haven't. As always, thank you to my day ones, my Patreons, new and future subscribers, as well as the old ones. Speaking of subscribing, I'd be remiss in telling you to like, comment, subscribe, and also share. You got to share to help us get to the next level. We've got to beat this YouTube algorithm as well. I appreciate you guys, and those of you who are watching these videos, helping me support the community. Shout out to Carlisle Leak, excuse me. Oh, I'm so tongue-tied as I try to wrap up these videos. Who won, most active member on the Facebook page. So if you want that to be you, you got to go to Pokemon Go High Point. That's High Point, North Carolina, by the way. On Facebook, follow us there. I post there almost daily, if not daily. Too much for some of you. But, it's each other that keeps this game as active as it is, So, Niantic has done a great job this year feeding us events and news and all this stuff, but it's, they kind of had to step it up because we can't get out here and interact with each other like we used to. But one day, I believe that we will again, and until then, I love you guys, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out. Captain Sensation!